been an open and transparent process, which we're proud of.
Thank you. Next question, please. Just over there with Mitch.
Oh, hi, thanks, Bill. Today we've heard you say about 5 times it's been an open and transparent process, but now we've got a secret ballot. In the wake of what's happened with FIFA World Cups, IWF Athletics, Olympics, awarding of hosts, how on earth are we still having a secret ballot in this day and age? And how can that be transparent?
Well, I think what you can look at is that we made a recommendation. The recommendation wasn't accepted by Council. It was extremely close. The two top candidates was France and South Africa with a gap. And I think we will learn as we move forward that this is the first time that we've embarked on this process. I know other sporting bodies are doing a very similar thing. So I think certainly rugby, we made the decision that it was going to be a council decision. That was something that was voted on by Council 12 months ago, and that was confirmed, obviously, with the secret ballot today.
Next question, please. Yep, just at the back there. Right at the back. Can't see.
Does the terms of the evaluation and the vote today indicate that you have to have the capacity to host a major soccer tournament or an Olympics, and that small nations like Ireland, New Zealand can now never host a tournament like this Rugby World Cup again?
Do you want to?
Yeah, sure. I don't think that's the case. I think the evaluation report, as Bill said, very clearly demonstrated that actually we had 3 outstanding bids, and any of those 3 candidates could have hosted an exceptional tournament. It happened to be the case that France and South Africa had the edge in terms of experience. That's not to say Ireland couldn't have hosted the tournament, or indeed couldn't in the future.
Jim Tucker from News Corp Australia. For you, Brett. Is there some understanding that with so much money spent on this bid process from all nations that the 2027 World Cup would be hosted by one of the 2 nations that missed out?
There's no discussion at this point to date on any allocation or process that's leading up to a 27 decision. So no, at this point we've just made a decision on 2023 through the Council, and that is the situation. So no further discussions at this point.
Any further questions? Yeah, Mick.
Right.
Bill, given that the evaluation report has led to your recommendation being overturned, will you repeat the whole process? Because it does seem to throw it into question.
I think, like with any process you go through, Mick, that we will look back and we will have a debrief on the process, and certainly I think that we can feel confident in the process, certainly. And but like any organisation, that the Rugby World Cup will be looking at the bid for 2023 and things that we can improve going forward, because we're always looking to improve as an organisation.
Okay. Owen, yep, just down there in the middle.
Bill, I just wonder if you could say how you personally feel about this. On social media, the decision has already been portrayed as a humiliation for World Rugby. I mean, is that fair? I mean, you were very clear that you were backing the recommendation from a fortnight ago.
Well, for humiliation for me, I don't think so. I don't think at all that. I think sort of what we've had is an outstanding process, and we've had three great bids. You know, there's always got to be one recommendation in the evaluation process, and that was the recommendation of South Africa. But just because it went to France, it doesn't mean that there's humiliation whatsoever.
Yep, Mitch again.
Sorry, Bill, I'm just going to follow up the earlier question, if I could. I'm still not entirely clear why it's a secret ballot. Why you aren't happy for people to know who people voted for? On the secret ballot issue, there are fors and against both sides of that. It's not clear cut that a secret ballot is worse or better. It's a judgment call that was made at the time with a lot of advice that we'd had from people also advising the Olympics, FIFA and other organisations. We tried to make it the most transparent
process possible. I'd venture that the result wouldn't have been any different had it been secret ballot or not, but our feeling was that in a secret ballot situation, people could vote without fear or any pressure. They could vote who they believed in based on the dossiers that were presented, and I think that's what's happened.
Yep.
This is,
Nick.
Anyone can answer this, but just in the name of transparency, how much money did the process to come to the South Africa proposal cost?
To ask them. You'd have to ask South Africa. I'm sorry. In terms of their dossier.
Your evaluation, your auditing process, that kind of thing.
Our process.
How much did our process cost?
I honestly don't think we have the sort of final numbers for that. I mean, our objectives, going right back to the start of the process, were to run a process that would be open and transparent. I know we keep saying those words, but also that would provide us with an outcome of the best possible Rugby World Cup in 2023. And we went into today's discussions knowing that whoever of those three candidates prevailed, we had a host that would provide a fantastic World Cup in 2023 with full government support, with great financial outcomes for the sport, and a host candidate capable of hosting a great tournament. And that's what we've got. So the money we spent on the process is a great investment from World Rugby.
Tom Hamilton, ESPN there.
Given the board recommended to the council through the report it should be South Africa and the council voted otherwise, do bridges now need to be built between the two?
What build bridges between the report and the disappointed countries? Look, I was involved in a bid many years ago that got 3 votes. You know, so I can understand the disappointment was when I was involved with England and got those 3 votes, and 2 of them were from England. You know, and so look, it's very, very disappointed for those countries who worked extremely hard, you know, very, very hard, and put their heart and soul and expertise into, in their opinion and our opinion, 3 outstanding bids. You know, and it could have gone to any one of the 3 countries. You know, and but obviously disappointing for them. But it's like a game of rugby, you know, that some games you win, others you lose, and you've got to shake hands, dust yourself down, and get on with it.
Next question. There and then Mick. Yep.
Richard Escott, L'Equipe. Bill, you said that the competition could be won by any of the 3 bids, but you stated just after the recommendation that you saw that South Africa was a clear leader. Do you think that was wise to make such a statement so close to the diffusion of the recommendation, looking to the score today? Thank you.
Well, World Rugby made the decision. There was a debate at the World Rugby Council in May last year in Kyoto in Japan that whether there should be a recommendation. And it was voted by the World Rugby Council that they wanted a recommendation. So we went along with that.
Final question there from Mick. Thank you.
Brett or Bill, guess. If it was a secret ballot in the room, do you know who voted for whom? And will we know who voted for whom?
We certainly don't know, and I think it's up to those voters to declare or not if they wish to. That's what secret ballot is.
We don't know at all.
We don't know.
I've just given a total number.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.